The most abundant element in our body is oxygen. Following it for second place is carbon. But what often surprises people is the third placer, sulfur. It is a non-metallic and very reactive chemical element found in meteorites, the Earth's core, volcanic eruptions, and sulfuric acid. It gets a bad rap with its toxicity, but sulfur is everywhere, from the air that we breathe and the things that we eat. This overlooked element plays a larger role in our lives and in the world. Living beings cannot exist without sulfur because it is what produces amino acids and proteins that bind us into life. That is why today, we'll be diving into the sulfur cycle to discover the bottom of the iceberg.
Good day everyone, I'm Raven.
Hi, I'm Fraji.
And I am Stacy, and together with Angelica, Ariel, and Karil, we are Group 5, here to present to you how the biogeochemical system of the sulfur cycle works and affects us. The sulfur cycle extends from the atmosphere to the bodies of water. It can be produced from the conversion of bacteria in the ocean or from the smoke of a volcano. Sulfur goes back to the land through the process of acid precipitation, where it contains sulfuric acid and sulfates. We all know that the food web happens in an ecosystem, and the sulfur may pass from producer to consumers. When they die, they decompose and return to the soil or in the ocean through weathering and erosion. Then, the cycle repeats. Humans may increase sulfur dioxide through the burning of fossil fuel and other activities that emit sulfur dioxide.
Now you know how the sulfur cycle functions, but as all systems and cycles work, their sustainability and efficiency rely on balance. Disrupting its balance affects harmony within itself and the elements within the cycle. But how exactly? Let's take a closer look at these elemental categories. In simplest terms, biodiversity pertains to the variety of life, and as sulfur is necessary for all living beings, sulfur deficiency can cause premature, age-related problems like wrinkles, hair loss, and stiff joints, while overdoses can lead to damage to the kidneys and the eyes. It varies from species to species, but extreme alterations could lead to endemics. Therefore, the declination of species and creation of hostile ecosystems happen. Similarly, if there is a huge imbalance of sulfur in naturally sulfur-rich foods such as in meat, poultry, fish, nuts, garlic, onion, banana, watermelon, pineapple, tea, and cocoa, there would be growth defects or poisoning. This also applies to non-sulfur-rich foods, which overall affect the demand and supply, thus raising their prices. Additionally, since sulfur resides in soil, a lot of agricultural lands can become poisoned and declared unfit for growing crops, causing a lack in places to grow food on or to tend livestock. Too much sulfur dioxide also increases the vulnerability of human health. There will be problems in air quality if human activities continue to be left unchecked and unregulated. Moreover, we'd be prone to respiratory diseases such as asthma and chronic bronchitis. It may also irritate our eyes and skin when exposed for long. Since sulfur dioxide moves within the biosphere, it affects and influences the quality of water in a given environment. One instance of this is the impact of acid rain on aquatic habitats. Acid rain carries nitric and sulfuric acids, and once it returns from the bodies of water, it affects the organisms living there. In addition, it also affects us humans, hindering the abundant provision of water.
As students, we are expected to study and graduate with flying colors. However, our role will not hinder or limit us from helping in small ways. The saying is still true: small actions lead to big changes. To alleviate these problems, we came up with a student-friendly formula. Let's remember this easy mnemonic device called ATP. These 3 tips will not give you immediate results, but they will definitely and gradually help lessen the burden. A for awareness. Being aware or mindful is an important skill that we need to cultivate as students. When we're aware of things that truly matter, we obviously know what's happening about it. We know the issues and problems surrounding it, as well as the intricate details. After all, we cannot do anything about something we don't know. After taking long detours in our minds, let's take out these mental pictures to concrete actions. Ideas set us forward, but actions drive us further. In this step, no need to beat ourselves up for not doing something big. Let's start small, such as changing habits that affect us and the environment. P is for progress. When we mean progress, we mean by taking steps on the next level. Be open to more opportunities such as asking for help from the authorities and experts at hand. When given the opportunity, grab it and use it well. For the application, we present you an article that happened here in the Philippines. The link is available below to check that out further. This real-life scenario is about a woman de la Cruz who led the indigenous peoples to restore mangrove trees. So in the first step, she became aware of her typhoon experience and also the benefits of mangrove planting to their community. Then, she took action to lead the planting with the community through a short reflection. As the action progresses, you can see that some volunteered as citizen scientists. They partnered with the municipal government to increase the force and also create a localized curriculum for imparting knowledge about mangrove systems. Do you see the big picture? Cool, right?
With that, we are at the end of this presentation. Sulfur and the Sulfur Cycle, while an underdog and generally mundane to the masses, are still an incredibly vital components in the inner workings of life in this world. This is why it is important to study and bring light to them, as we did right now. May the learnings of this presentation show you that even the simplest, littlest, or mediocre of things can snowball and take extreme effects when not valued and taken into account for. I guess the saying applies the same to science and the study of these systems too. The simple things always matter. Thank you all for tuning in with us and see you all next time.